Hello. Sorry, everybody on YouTube. I didn't turn the sound on. Oh my goodness, I'm having troubles. My computer
Troubles
crashed
today.
and it threw everything off. So it's been terrible.
Let's see if it doesn't break it this time.
It looks like it's
Come
going
on.
to.
There it goes.
Yeah.
So Dan on YouTube is saying this is a hard sell to join the chat room. Well, that's because you don't experience any of these issues in the chat room. Actually, it's purposeful. We're doing it just to show you how much smoother things would be in the chat room because it's up and running. It had no issues. It was just me broadcasting to YouTube that had the issues.
You're saying his sound is extra.
The sound is that's right.
You get this,
you gotta pay if you want sound.
Yeah, if you want sound, come on.
Yeah. Anyways. Oh my. Anyways, yesterday you may have noticed that we were in tuxedos based on a recommendation from the room. Today I decided to wear the Canadian tuxedo, so I've got my jeans on, my jean jacket, my lumberjack shirt. I'm ready to go to a Canadian party, so we're
Are you going to sing the lumberjacks?
And Brian, you can appreciate this that I've got. Notice I've got the dark jean jacket. If I wanted to go to a less formal party, I've got the sort of the
Yep.
the lighter colored jean jacket that you can wear to the less formal parties. So it's all
Cool.
it's all good. We're ready for all occasions here.
It's all good. It is all good.
Trader J, but yeah, since you're on mute on YouTube, somebody was just asking about the book we were talking about yesterday, Anna Cooling's book there, A Complete Guide to Volume Price Analysis. So we were just recommending it. It's a good reference book. So we weren't really promoting it at all other than to say it was, I thought it was a good read and it had some good nuggets in it. So worth picking up if you're so inclined.
Well, here
Yeah,
comes
it's
AMD.
good for.
There
It's
we go.
good for. Yep, there it is. It's good to understand the supply and demand aspects of the market and kind of how the market makers look at the market compared to the traders.
Yeah. Can't believe AMD's gone, it's gone red now. It was sitting so nicely green for most of the day. Oh,
Well, the semiconductors have not been performing all that well. Looks like we're going to maybe try to do a rally into the close, maybe. Maybe we're going to not rally into, or at least come back. It's trying to SPY's trying to hold on to this level here, this 284 sort of 60 level.
yeah, I see that.
May bounce here. May bounce here.
Tough to tell. Things could go either way.
Yeah, yeah.
Yeah.
Well, like I said, I was looking at the daily charts. None of them, the only one that looks half decent and it's not even looking that great is the Qs. The rest of them look like they've rejected. Today we've rejected going higher on all these indexes, which means we could be just getting into a bit of choppy price action, or possibly we may be just sort of slowly rolling over here.
The SPY looks like it's putting in that bottom.
Yeah.
Before we're going into the last 5 minutes or last 10 minutes.
We have some earnings after the close again today, so we'll see if there's any big action. We didn't really see a lot of big action yesterday. Some things bouncing around, but no like huge volume. So we'll see what happens today. I don't know. The market it's not so far hasn't shown any strength. Come on, see what it does.
Yeah, it's not. It doesn't look like there's going to be any enthusiastic buying into the close here. What are the volumes looking like? That's another question. Um, Indexes. Yeah, volume's pretty light here today so far. I only got a 12 minutes left, 11 minutes left. Yeah, volume's been dropping off here. We do have a few minutes left here, but again, it looks like a kind of a low volume day.
Yeah, we got a few. Peloton is one of the ones that's reporting after the close, including Square and PayPal a little bit later, Lyft and Etsy, and there's a whole bunch of them, anyways. Wynn Casinos is reporting too, so that might be interesting. They should be right at 4. Keep an eye on these things.
It looks like the SPY is actually going to sell off going into the close here. It's not going to hold. All right.
There we go.
So it might be worth
Yeah, that's what I like to look at.
taking a bit of a short here.
I just took
For
a
a
short on
swing?
AMD, I'll admit. Just a momentum short here into the close. I'm just trying to get my money back, actually, from my other trade. So
Ooh, that was a sharp reversal on that candle.
Oh, yeah.
how did I? What happened?
This is that strategy I was talking to you yesterday, or I can't remember, that I'm trying to add are these momentum plays going in. So playing around with AMD and MU right now.
So it's more difficult to play these momentum plays at the end of the day because you just don't know. There's always these imbalances that the market makers need to square at the end of the day. So it can create a little volatility, unpredictable volatility. So we're coming back up here. It looks like we did a bit of a false breakdown there.
Yeah. I'm holding. We still
One thing
go
that
down a little bit more. I still got a little bit of size. I partialed really quick and really heavy, so it was just a momentum trade here. And just barely hanging on by the tips of my fingers onto this trade.
Mm.
I need AMD to drop, go red again. Here we go. That's the right direction. I got a partial like right at the bottom of the candle, though. That was pretty good.
Yeah, that's good.
Yeah, I don't trust that it's going to actually go down.
Yeah, it looks like we might. That flush might have just been an aberration, but it's still, things do still look weak. One thing that really looks weak is I continue to look at this XLE, which is the energy ETF. It's continuing to look weak. I think people are starting to think about this looming futures contract expiry again that's coming up here in another week or so on the oil. And remembering the Alaska debacle in April, where they're having to pay to take delivery.
Mm-hmm.
Pay people to store it. All right. Yeah. It's just what's the Benzinga guy saying? Anything exciting? I've got Squawk on, but it doesn't seem to be.
He has not been talking all afternoon, so I don't know if that means that there's just no one live there, or it's not working.
Oh, let me restart it again. See if.
Yeah, I haven't. I've had it on since I got on about 11 o'clock, and I haven't heard anything.
Okay.
11 Pacific, not Eastern. It's whatever that is, Eastern time.
Okay. APDN is just came out with some news and it popped. I think SPY is. I'm going to hold a little TZA long, unless we can really rip into the close in the last 5 minutes here. APDN just popped up, and then they got a trading halt. There was some news that came out. They can neutralize the coronavirus with antibodies grown in mice.
Okay.
Great. So we all need to become.
No known side effects until we all start to grow whiskers and tails.
And eat a lot of cheese.
Well, wouldn't be able to tell much of a difference to me. Then.
I already do that.
Yeah, exactly.
I already eat a ton of cheese.
Yeah. So let's see. So this trading pause happened. When did this trading pause happen here? Can't really tell. 1552. So
mice.
1557 trading again. Here's the mice. So see, keep an eye on APDN. This is kind of interesting.
Let's take a peek. I'll pull it up here. APDN.
Yeah.
Oh,
It had a big day on Monday, I think.
So you can see.
Went up over 12.
Oh, nice.
APDN. You can see it's paused on an imbalance here. The last trade I see was at 52.12. So I don't know if they're, well, if they open it at the 5-minute mark, that would be at 3:57 and 12 seconds. So keep an eye on the clock and see if that happens. About 1 minute away now. Wow. Sorry, what was the news? Oh, this was with the mice.
This was about the mice. Here we go.
Yeah. The mice news.
The mice news.
APDN, yeah. There you go.
All right, 30 seconds. Brian, you're putting Kaizen's mother to sleep. Hopefully in a good way. Your soothing, dulcet tones are lulling her into a beautiful sleep.
Well, hopefully that's a good thing.
Yeah.
Maybe does he want to sleep? I hope.
I don't know.
There you go.
All right, here we go. Should be opening any second now. Let's see if it reopens. Well, it did not reopen exactly 5 minutes after.
So it actually maybe they'll just hold it right through to the, because it's so close to the end of the day here.
That's my guess.
Yeah.
Let me just check on our server here.
Yeah.
Yeah, it's definitely halted. So, according to the halt scanners. Has not reopened. Yeah, they'll probably just keep it. I mean, with only less than 3 minutes left, probably wouldn't make sense to reopen it anyways. So,
yeah. All right. Yeah, market's going to go out near the low of the day.
Yeah, I got stopped out of AMD a little while ago, by the way. They did a little spike up and
Yeah.
took me back to my break even. But I did make back my money, at least on that accidental short. It's a shame, though, as I said, that I didn't hold it, because I would have had a great trade. Anyways,
In the accidental short, you should write a book.
the accidental short, yeah, it does sound like it could be a trading book.
It sounds like a thriller. Sort of
Maybe-
like what was the other one? What was the movie about the short?
The Big Short?
Like The Big Short.
Yeah.
And Peter writes a book, Accidental Short.
Maybe there you can write like some sort of mystery novel about the accidental short. Some trading mystery. All right, 30 seconds away from close, guys. As Brian said, we're seeing things sort of close out at the near the lows of the day. Aside from one little spike down you can see on the SPY here, we didn't, we're just sitting at the lows.
We are selling into this last 20 seconds here.
In Peloton, it sort of came back up to 39 a couple of times. Couldn't make it over with any authority, and now it's dropping back towards 38.
Yep, there you go. Oh, and APN just started trading again here.
Oh, really?
As soon as the market, that was funny. As soon as the market opened, it started to trade. Yeah, and the spread is horrible.
Huh. That's odd.
What's that?
No, it's just odd that they would open it up after when the market.
Yeah, now it's just jumping all over the place. It's just scary. It wouldn't be. And the market's continuing to sell off here into the aftermarket. We're going right back near the low of the day.
All right. Cytokinetics has announced, not a stock that I follow here, but they have announced. What else? We're waiting on a few here. Square, like I said, Square. Let me actually make some room in my charts here, and we'll put them in. What are we looking for? Looking for Square. We're looking for PayPal. We might as well look for Peloton because they report as well. What else we got? Lyft.
Ketone. Wow, SPY is right at the low of the day now.
Etsy. Now Etsy, we all like Etsy in the room because we know it's where Norm buys all of his outfits. Grubhub is reporting. That might be interesting. There's a few here. Grub and Win. So I got a few here to keep my eyeballs on. Let's see. Fitbit is reporting. That might be interesting. T-Mobile? Man, there's a lot today. ZNGA. There are a lot of earnings. All right, let's see what we got. I won't be listening to the Benzinga guy anyways. IMMU. Well, there's another one that we have traded in the past. IMMU. Their numbers are up. Looks like they beat. T-Mobile has reported they missed on sales but beat on earnings. So some mixed results for T-Mobile. Ring Central. RNG. Have we ever traded RNG? Sounds vaguely familiar, but I don't think we traded it.
Don't think so. I don't recall it anyway.
RNG, no? All right. And Mike, did you wear the plaid for like lumberjack day, or is it just incidental that you've got a plaid-like shirt on? Can't hear you, Mike.
Oh, there we go. I muted the gaming headset. Lumberjack Day. I typically don't wear plaid
Okay.
unless I'm forced to.
He's
Unless you're
not a
forced
plaid
to.
kind of guy.
Yeah, it looks good on you. There's nothing wrong with that.
It's,
That's
no.
a California-esque plaid. It works.
I really like the Under Armour shirts that are really thin and dry sweat and pull the sweat out.
Ah, yes. Well, you probably need that
Those-
more in your part
whether
of the
they're
world than I do
t-shirts.
mine.
Yeah. So
So neither Square or PayPal have moved at all, eh? You're just kind of stuck.
Square, yeah. PayPal. I haven't seen anything move yet. Let's see here. Peloton really shot down here after the close, down to 36. Put in a low. Lyft hasn't moved. Etsy not done much. Grub. Win has seen a gap up and then down after the close. Low volume though, so not a lot. T-Mobile. Wow, that's weird. T-Mobile sort of spiked up, but the candle's red, so it must have started at the top and then worked its way back down for a dollar move.
SPY is continuing to sell off here. Liking my TZ. I'm liking my TZA hold already. It's up about 50 cents.
Oh, there you go. Wynn has reported. So Wynn Resorts and Casinos, they missed on revenue, and it doesn't. I don't have an estimate for what their earnings were supposed to be, but their adjusted earnings were minus $3.54 a share, whereas they had earned $1.61 last quarter, like last year this quarter. So that's a significant swing. I don't know what that compares, how that compares to the expectations, though. That's usually what matters, right? Not what the actual number is, how it compares to expectations.
Something's going on with Uber. Uber's just jumping. It went out the day around 27.80 and now it's at 29.
Oh.
APDN just looking good here.
Now Uber reported yesterday, didn't they? Uber reported yesterday. I think Lyft reports today. So maybe it's something to do with Lyft. What's Lyft has reported, if I can say it, because I see Lyft is up as well.
Let me take a look here at Lyft. Lyft must have come out with earnings because it just spiked up. So Uber must just be a sympathy move on the Lyft trade.
Now
BA's
Lyft
popping up a bit here.
Interestingly, if I see Lyft's earnings here, it looks like they beat sales. They came in at 955 million versus an 897 million estimate, so that's a healthy beat. However, their earnings were they doubled their loss. The estimate was a loss of 64 cents, and they lost $1.31. So that's off. Looks like Peloton missed on earnings. Not by much, by 2 cents. But I don't have a report on their revenue.
It's spiking higher.
Yeah, maybe their revenue was higher. I said I only have earnings that got reported here.
Okay. There it goes, going a little higher here.
Here we go. Yeah. So now I have the sales numbers. Sales are in. Peloton had 524.6 million in sales versus a 485 million estimate. So that's a $50 million or 10%, a little over 10% beat. That's pretty good. Now they missed only by 2 cents on earnings, so I assume that people are excited about those sales, which is why it's jumping.
Yeah.
And the club is jumping.
Yeah, you got to be excited.
Well,
1 through
Peloton
41.
is moving. Yeah. Lyft is still hanging out here at 29. I see some actual volume going on Peloton, so it's got a little bit of.
Yeah, I just took an entry here at 40.90.
Oh, look at you!
Yeah, I didn't. It's just looking hot. All right, I'm going to take some off here. 41.50. Whew, here we go. 42 coming up. 42 on deck.
Oh,
Some
almost.
Big asset. Yeah, almost. Oop. Little dipsy doodle.
Yeah, it comes
Almost
down
wanted it.
comes down as fast as it goes up. So be careful there.
Even faster. Yeah, I know. Well, I'm out 3/4 of it, so I think I might just take the rest off here, just because it's going to make me nervous. Yeah.
Soon as the bid breaks 41, I'd be
I'm out of
taking off. Oh, you're out already. All right.
Yeah, I'm out of it.
Brian doesn't let the grass grow under his
this
feet
thing's getting pretty bad.
while he's trading.
Not with these after hours earnings. Like, look at it. It's just all over the place. It just again, momentum. It was just a momentum trade. I mean, I could tell the momentum was there.
Right.
Think about momentum trades. It's part of it is timing. I mean, you cannot be late on a momentum trade. You've got to be early, and you got to be prepared to get out. So AMD still looks weak. Though SPY is still heading lower. Lyft continues to do its thing. And Uber is still moving up with that. I don't know why. It's interesting. Because Uber already reported, right?
Yesterday, I think, yeah.
Yeah. So
Yeah,
Uber's
and then they laid off a whole bunch of people today.
Yeah.
Oh.
Uber's getting more price action today than it did yesterday when it reported. It's getting more action from Lyft's earnings. That is a very kind of bizarro situation.
That's a little odd.
All right. I'm wondering if I should take some TZA off here.
Maybe. You'll take a quick opportunity just to remind all of our lifetime members that we do have a webinar tonight. Our webinar is with Andrew. Andrew is going to be going over how to use moving averages for short-term trading. He's going to be joined by Thor, who's got a special segment as well on how to partial and add in when you're trying to add in size. So the two of them will be working on that, and I'm looking forward to that. Actually, it should be good to see Andrew's, how his strategy has evolved in leveraging moving averages. So that's tonight at 8 o'clock in our Lifetime Members webinar room. Hopefully you can be there. Next week, our very own Mike B is going to be talking about how to create a trading business plan. And this is important. We always talk about how you need to think about this like a business. This is not, your best path to success is to come into it with maturity so that you understand what you want to accomplish and you have your goals laid out. How else do you measure if you are being successful towards your original estimates? So Mike will talk about how you create a business plan, what it means with respect to trading, and then how you manage against it. So that will be next Wednesday at 8 o'clock again in our Lifetime Members webinar room. So there is
Great,
that.
thank you, Peter. Yeah, I don't know about Uber for tomorrow. I mean, I just think it's weird that it's popping up on Lyft's news. but I mean, there's probably more to be revealed as we hear whatever they've been saying on the lift call. My inclination would be to short it here at 30. I actually looked at shorting. I was thinking maybe I should short it at 30, but that is not a playbook trade for me, so I'm not going to do that.
Interesting, Brian.
Square.
Eamon.
Look at that.
Let's go ahead.
I was just going to say, look at Square must have come out with something because it's dropping now. Ooh, look out.
See Square here. Oh yeah, Square is really dropping. I was going to point out a trade that Eamon posted. It looks like he traded against you, or he traded right after you. Maybe I should say more accurately. He took a short on Peloton. He was upset that he accidentally sort of got out of break even instead of holding it as he had hoped. But so after you went long, he basically took your shares short. And
nice.
And got sort of the opposite little partial that you did.
Oh, this is Square. Yeah, I thought, should I jump into Square? Yes, I should have. I was looking
Square
at
is just dumping.
Yeah, I know. I was looking at it when it did that first leg down, just around 65. I thought, should I jump in?
So Square,
it's at 63.
I can see why it's dumping now. So I don't know what the estimate was, but their sales were 1.38 billion. But I can tell you that their earnings, the estimate was that they were going to make 13 cents. They actually lost 2 cents on the quarter. So that's a big miss. So no wonder we're seeing such a dump on Square.
Yeah. Not as many people going out swiping their cards at the food trucks.
Well, I don't know about you guys, but my Visa bill is
really low,
pretty small compared to the every month.
Yeah.
I'm looking at my Visa bill this month, thinking, boy, I really haven't been buying anything.
Yeah, the funny thing I've noticed is that when I tend to order food, or we'll eat out like once or twice a week, a couple times a week anyways, and normally like all that gets buried in all the other stuff that you're just buying on your bill. I've noticed that we're trying to support local businesses and local restaurants. I'll be ordering food again once or twice a week that we get either delivered or I go pick up. But those, of course, stand out because, as you pointed, they're the only thing on the bill. And I look and I'm like, man, am I paying that much for dinner? That seems really expensive. Whereas I never really worried about what the cost was. They tell you, like, well, yeah, whatever. I'm like, wow, I paid $120 for dinner to be delivered last night? What's up with that?
Yeah. Well, that was a pretty big mess on Square.
Okay. Well, guys, so a few earnings. Square is definitely one to be watched tomorrow, I think. I think certainly I'll be watching Peloton. PayPal as well. I mean, look at PayPal is moving down. I haven't seen numbers on PayPal, but I assume it's... well, let's see here. Is a sympathy with Square? Yeah, I don't have anything on PayPal yet, but it's also pushing down. As we said, all these Win, Grub, Etsy. I'll be taking a look in the morning for those. T-Mobile, not surprising, it's got no action here after hours. Just flipping through all the stuff that had earnings.
Uber and Lyft.
Yeah, Lyft
probably be something good to look at.
Lyft seems to have calmed down here a little bit. Peloton.
Yeah.
PayPal is really...
That was another obvious trade. Could have taken an Uber short at 30 for a bit of a scalp there. Huh. Well,
it's always obvious in hindsight.
Exactly. This is absolutely 100% true. All right. Well, anyway, let's gonna call it a day here. Grab some. Don't usually get lunch till after 1 o'clock because we're on here now. So now I'm gonna grab lunch.
All right, Brian. Have a good lunch. Thanks for joining
All
us.
right, Brian.
I see. Probably everyone's thinking I'm constantly eating when I'm not trading. Yeah, Uber's coming back here now. Hey, you see my fancy mug? It's got a little light on it. Have you seen these?
No, is that
Oh.
a heater in the bottom or something, or what's the light for?
They were selling them at. I guess they sold them at Starbucks. They've got a little base, and you put it on, and it charges it up. And then when you put your coffee in it, you've got an app on your phone, and you just you set it to the temperature you want to keep your coffee at.
You can dial up your coffee. Excellent.
Creation.
That's
What
that is.
will they
that-
think of next?
I know that's something you didn't even know you needed until you had it.
Exactly.
Wow.
Wow.
Yeah, that was the only thing. No, I actually got that as a Christmas present from my daughter. So there you go.
It's,
All right.
Chris saying that's what Knight Rider would look like if it was a coffee mug and not a car.
Yeah.
There you go.
Exactly.
Well,
All right,
enjoy
guys.
your
See you
enjoy
tomorrow
lunch.
morning.
Enjoy
Take
lunch,
care.
Brian.
Thanks.
The mighty
And my hot coffee.
with my best
Yeah.
girl
Oh.
by my side.
So yeah,
Eternally hot.
Sing,
yeah, exactly.
sing,
Hold on a sec.
sing.
One thing I will address.
Cheers, guys.
Yeah, take care. Address a couple of questions we had on YouTube. Mohammed, the market I found. Well, I didn't take a trade until about an hour into the markets, and then I took. And then my second trade was not until I took Peloton short in the afternoon, and then my third was an accident, and my fourth. I was just taking a momentum into the close. So I did find it tough, I guess is the short answer, because I wasn't finding a lot of setups today. I didn't find the Peloton one that Thor did, which is a great long. He rode for most of the day. He had a fantastic trade on it, so well done. But yeah, I did find it tough. And Quali Blue, Guadalupe, Martinique, Guyane, Réunion. There's a lot of words going on in there. Anyways. Ask about earnings. Is there a place what? After getting earnings, do you strategically place a trade before the close to gap? Oh no, heavens no! I will not play something in advance of earnings. It's too much of a crapshoot. I don't like the risk on it. So yeah, I know that in our room, Eamon, who's a moderator, and you heard Brian. They both took some trades after hours once they saw the momentum direction. But there's very few of us that will sort of bet on that momentum because you never know what's going to happen.
Too many times I've seen good earnings report and the stock go down, or bad earnings reports and the stock goes up.
Yeah. Yeah. It's hard to know.
Yeah. Yeah, today was a very quiet day. I only took one trade all day. I couldn't find anything in the afternoon.
Yeah, I understand why. I said I had that one Peloton trade, which was nice. But I said I wouldn't have traded AMD again if I hadn't made a boo-boo.
Yeah.
I don't normally show my trades, but I guess hold on a sec. Let me just pop this baby out here. You can bring it up here. You can see I had the one trade I meant to on AMD. If you look over here, so this was my my trade of the day, which is a good one off of VWAP. I took it long. Added into it, right? Was able to partial all the way up, and then I got out when it sort of broke below this level of consolidation. And then I had this accident, which I was not trying to trade at all. Turns out it would have been a great trade though, if I had held. But I was just trying to get out at break even, and that didn't work out. And then there was this one, which is just a momentum. I was just making back the money from this, and you can see I made it back. So. So those are my 3 AMD trades.
Yeah.
All right. Well, earnings
Okay.
excitement I think is over for now.
All done. So, be a nice thing. I will see you this evening, Peter, as well as all the lifetime members that
Indeed.
attend the webinar this evening. Everybody, thanks for joining. Hopefully tomorrow it won't be a choppy SPY day and I'll get some trades in.
Yeah, it'd be
So,
nice to have a little smoother of a day. So let's hope that's what happens.
yeah.
All right, take care,
So we'll
Mike.
see.
Everybody on YouTube, thanks for joining us. We'll talk to you later. Everybody in the room, if you're a lifetime member, hopefully we'll see you tonight. Looking forward to that session. So take care, and we will talk to everybody later.